Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and it's finally time to reveal the big expected value of one box of War of the Spark. If you were to get one box of 36 boosters, this is on average the value of cards that you could expect to cumulatively pull out. Another way of saying it is if you were to open 1,000 boxes, take the box EV, multiply it by 1,000, and that's exactly what you would pull, because at that variance level or whatever sample size, it would be very consistent. So if it's above purchase price, you'll probably make money. There's bad boxes and there's good boxes. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but if it's below, then it's a bad purchase all around, and you win in either case. I usually save this for the ending, but just to make sure everybody's clear, if it's a super low EV, that means cool, you can afford to buy a bunch of singles and build whatever you want. If it's a really high EV, that means, hey, you can buy a box and you'll get a bunch of good like trade value and just whatever. So like you either do one or you do the other, and you come out financially good either way, I guess. Unless you get a really unlucky box. So the Mythix, look at this. This is crazy. I think that's Liliana, and that's Bolus, and that's like Gideon or something like that. Gideon's 20. I don't know. There's some beast ones in there. Now, you might think, well, that's not that high. You're probably used to looking at like modern masters or master sets. Wow, 36 for a $3.99 booster, which honestly at distributor cost is like 2 something. Pretty good. Almost every mythic is above the cost, like the true cost of a pack. Unfortunately, the rares aren't quite as good. If you were to actually cut it up at $3.99, we've only got that amount of rares above it, and that's how low they go. But not bad. Anything above 2, I would consider pretty good, and that's a little bit under half, maybe 40%. So you mix it with the Mythix, and you get a pretty good price. So let's reveal it. So the average Mythic between all of them is worth $12.85. Not bad. That's like 4-to-1 return on your purchase. And then the rare average is $2.39. So not above 3, which would be insane. I think maybe BFZ cleared that one, although it might have been with the Mythics and the Expeditions. It jacked it up. But yeah, rares just don't tend to go that high. Usually Mythics carry the price. So the slot average, so the rare/mythic slot, that one card, is then valued at $3.67 because rares show up twice as often as mythics, or I should say the sheer number printed in the world are double. So that's why I have rare and rare 2, by the way, for the 2 columns, in case you wonder why I do that. And they just average all 3. That's how you do it. So the uncommons are not exactly valueless in this set. But, there's a couple $3, $2, $1.50 ones, and I'm sure that's great and all. But I think there's like somewhere between 90 and 110, probably 90 uncommons in the set. And only a couple of them are above like bare minimum price. And those are really hard to like sell to a buy list because they'll be like 10 cents just because of the margin and, all that kind of stuff. So I decided not to include them. I know that's going to be kind of unpopular. And I know that some of the foil versions, especially the pre-release foils of some of these uncommons, are like $20. But just remember, okay, add $5-10 to the end of the box EV. I'm sure that's the maximum contribution of the uncommons. So a foil would be expected to be, I never calculated it. Okay, so a rare or mythic foil contribution to the pack is 27 cents. And that's because the average foil across the board, if you were to add them all up, is about 140%. So 1.4 times the base price. So if you had a $5 rare, the average foil of it would be 40% more than that. Some are way higher. They're 300%, and some are like practically the same price because it's bulk anyway. So when I did this, I did the calculation on 3 different sets. I came up with a very consistent 1.4x multiplier. So that seems to be a good way to just estimate it. Remember, all of this is an estimate. Who knows what's going to happen to these prices? So you add this up and you get the per pack value of $3.94. Not bad at all. A lot of stores are selling boxes for like 110 to 125, I'd say, somewhere in that range. I know prices just kind of went up at the distributor level a little bit. So yeah, if you divide that out, $3.94 is actually pretty good. So multiply by 36 and you get $141.77, which is really good. That might not sound that good, but it is. The problem is you might think, oh, well, if I can get boxes even like 100 a piece or 110 a piece, and then sales tax depending upon where you live, or you could buy them online for like, what is Wizards doing, like $89 on Amazon or something? It's ridiculous. Well, you could just open them and make money. shipping, time. I mean, I'd say variance, but not if you buy enough. I mean, I opened like, what was it, 110 boxes of BFZ, and we got like plus or minus one of every rare. I mean, it was like 51, 52, 53 of every rare with no exceptions. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about luck at certain volume levels. So why doesn't everybody just buy $100,000 worth and open them all? And there you go. Look at the profit margin, $60. It's because envelopes, postage, sales crashing over time, lack of demand, inability to get rid of them within 3 days, just everything. Trust me, it's not profitable. This set actually might be profitable, but we've had ones in the past, like all 4 of the sets that came out after 8th Revolt, that just did not make money. Their EV was like 125 on launch day. So 141 is good, but I keep referencing BFZ because it was like 190. What? 190 per box. And that was because we had expeditions. We had really good hyper powerful cards that worked in Modern. They worked in Commander. And then we had the full art lands, which I think I added those two at like 25 cents a piece or something, which I think they're 27 now. So, hey, there you go. So a lot of things came together with that one to make it insane. That's the highest standard set I've ever heard of, but I've only been selling cards for like a couple years, so there could have been a better one. I don't know. Probably not this close to release. I mean, you look at some now, they're over $1,000 a box, but they weren't at the time. So yeah, 141, not bad at all. It's still technically, what is it, like $2 above MSRP? Maybe I should actually do the calculation. Let's see. $3.99 is the MSRP, which they don't have anymore. Oh no, it just missed it. 143.64. So it's $2-ish below MSRP. That's a shame. So don't buy your packs at Walmart and don't pay $140 a box. And you know what? That's my advice for every set. So it looks pretty good. I would say if you wanted to pick up a box, it's pretty good. And because of what's in it and how hot these cards will be over time in other formats, I mean, they're pretty hot right now, obviously. Most of these prices are being propped up by Commander and Modern players. I would actually say this is one of the few standard sets that's virtually guaranteed to go up pretty significantly over time. Now, that said, I think Wizards knows this. I think they know it's going to sell really well. This was badly sold out at the distributor level as of like a week ago. So they do second print runs. Trust me. Like core sets, they might not plan for it because they know it's going to sell like crap and distributors are going to get stuck with even the tiny amount that they send in the first place because nobody wants them. But this set, I think they're like, let's just pre-schedule the second wave because there's going to be one, or at least like a week, maybe week and a half, 2 ago when the distributors are like, hey, people are asking for more than normal. They probably already started printing the second wave. So they could print this until they kill the EV. But even that said, even with a little bit higher than normal print volume, it probably will still go up over time. It's just, there's so many Planeswalkers. The rest of the cards aren't terrifically crazy, but there's some, like the Elder Spell, like there's some crazy stuff. Spark double. I'm shocked that card's only like $3 flat. That's crazy to me. There's other stuff that works specifically in standard that I think will crash, but a lot of the value is from not standard. And I think once we see which ones of these cards are popular in standard, those will go up too. So we might even see the EV go up over time. But I mean, a lot of this bottom end down here is just going to absolutely tank. So it should offset. It should have the normal, drop 5-10% per week until it kind of flattens out. Nobody opens it anymore. But you never know. Depends how long they run this shortage for and how long it takes to get the second wave in. So it's very interesting set from a resale and value perspective. But the good news is if you were to just say, I want to open a box, go for it. And haven't been able to say that much in the last 2 years with the standard products. So the other thing is, though, if you have very limited money and you want to like sit on something or try to open it and make a little bit of a profit or just build up your trade binder, get the maximum return, Modern Horizons is coming up soon, and that is probably going to be like nuclear meltdown hot. So, I mean, if you want a good return, I have a feeling that set's going to be pretty warm and toasty. So you might not want to spend all your money on this one necessarily unless you're very sure you can get it back in a short amount of time. So anyway, thanks for watching. That's all you need to know about the value of this set. I'll keep you guys updated, maybe do a follow-up a week or two later, and I'll see you guys next video.